All right, y'all. So welcome back again.
Welcome back.
Oh, Mel, oh, damn, I should have did this.
Yeah.
We'll get this in there.
Yeah.
Hold on. Goddamn.
Just zooming in, get that close up right there, chewing.
Anyway, my name is Jacques, right?
Adrian, peace.
And this is the Nice Guys Podcast. And ladies and gentlemen, we have the one and only William Moore, Instagram. William Moore. Man, bro.
Yeah. What's good, y'all?
Man.
Y'all doing?
Pretty good, man. So glad to have you in the building, bro.
Man,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm definitely glad to be here, man.
Looking dapper.
I had to,
iconic Michael Jackson.
I had to have Mike on here because we're going to talk about a little music and, and how that exists in the kink space. So I had to kind of wear my, this for well, I know this is the audio medium.
Right.
The clips.
Audio visual experience. We got the video on YouTube.
They can see it. They're like, okay, he got Mike Jack on, throwback Mike. This is the dark skinned Mike.
Yeah.
I want you back.
Right.
The Gary in the end.
The Gary.
You know what I mean? But no, we're just glad to have you in the building, bro. Talk about your journey, talk about what you got going on, of course. And of course, we love to talk about different subjects. And we're going to talk about kinks and fetishes in this episode.
I love that, man.
And my man right here, he's the master. So I want him to go ahead and talk about that a little bit as well. But talk about other things as well, too. Man, I want to know about you, man. What you got going on, brother?
Well, first and foremost, hello, everyone out there. Again, my name is William Moore, William Allen Moore, Instagram 7. Everyone calls me Wham a lot because it stands for William Allen Moore. Okay. So it's an acronym, it's onomatopoeia. Yeah. So you see Wham, and it's just like, okay, everybody knows, all right, that's Wham right there. But I have a background in health education, sex education, actually.
I know that.
I worked for Planned Parenthood of Georgia for about 4 years after I finished my undergraduate at Morehouse College.
Okay.
So I went around Atlanta during this time teaching human sexuality, sex education, all of that to these kids in Atlanta and everything. And tying that into a curriculum that's considered comprehensive sex education. What that means is at the time, there was a lot of what was called the abstinent only education that was out there, which is pretty much like, you don't do sex, you don't talk about sex until you get married. But in actuality, it's like these kids out here doing the do, what they're doing. Bumping, so it's like, well, why don't we equip them with the tools that they need in order to protect themselves, So that includes let's talk about self-esteem. Let's talk about teen pregnancy prevention. Let's talk about how all of these factors are in play. And then we talk about the contraception, wearing a condom, stuff like that and everything, right? Yeah. So I would be responsible for going around Atlanta and just teaching all these kids these things. And I focus specifically on men's sexual health. And I did this program called Boys to Men, like the singing group.
Yeah, I like that.
And we went there and we were just actually talking to the guy. I would tell these young guys about you have your role as a young man to make the right decisions, A lot of times it's put on sometimes on the women where it's like, well, you got to get the birth control. You got to get the this, you got to that. But as a man, you can be like, well, you know what? I can maybe strap up. I can practice good communication practices with these young ladies. And then that coupled with what's there for the young women, you get a situation where, everyone's being protected, making the right decisions and all that and everything. So I say all that because that is my background and kind of my expertise, if you will, to talk about or even explore the topics we're going to talk about today around kink and sex and sexuality and everything.
The taboos.
Yeah. And before then, actually, I was student teacher instructor at Clark Atlanta University with my mentor, Dr. Christopher Bass. Shout out to him and later my therapist. That's another story. But I did a student teacher instructor for a couple of semesters out there with him at Clark Atlanta University when I was still a student at Morehouse. So that's my background in all of this.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I know all that makes sense though, man, because you always come off real approachable. Very calm, very positive spirit. I appreciate that as well, too. In that environment, people have this conception that it's just going to be a bunch of just wildness going on, comfortability, where it's just complete opposite.
It's chill.
It's so chill in there, man. And
it welcomes this, environment to where we as Black folks can actually explore sex and sexuality and kink and everything without any judgments or even prerequisites. A lot of times, I remember this is actually a true story. I went to the Red Room. You probably remember this, Jock. There was an event going on there, right? So folks came up from Austin, they held an event there. So I bring my homegirl there. She is from Georgia, Bible thumping, we don't do none of this stuff. But she's like, she knows me. And she knows okay, Wham is good people. Right.
Just anything.
You're not going to put me in any type of awkward situation. Yeah. So we go up there. She's thinking this is about to be some eyes wide shut, 50 Shades of Grey. And don't get me wrong, there was that going on. But when we got there, her guard was just so taken down. She was like, nice. That's it? That was it? Nice. Yeah. So then during that event, I practice shibari, right? Yes. I am only been in it for a couple of months now, but shibari is the Japanese rope tying, right. You take rope, meters of rope and everything, called hanks of rope, and you could put them around a person's body to make designs on the body. But then you could also use it for suspension. Right. You can hang someone up, all of that. So think the new Megan Thee Stallion video that came out when she was hanging, and I don't know if y'all saw that video.
As well.
Yeah, and scissors as well, right? You see them hanging from that rope and everything. That's shibari. And so I practiced that. And I took her there and, she's fully clothed. And I'm like, I want to do a tie on you and everything. Yeah. I'm sitting up there, I do the whole thing. And she was just like, that's it? And I was like, yeah, that's it. I made a pretty design. She was like, yeah, you just made a pretty dress with rope on my body. That's all you did. Yeah. She thought it was going to be so kinky, I'm about to tie it up, whip her, which I can do that. But she thought it was going to be more. But it's so funny how the mind works where you think a thing is about to be something more than it actually is. Mm-hmm. And by the time it happens, you're like, it ain't that bad. It ain't that bad, but
not to cut you off too much. But even Sunday, I was like, I'm not gonna let the guy rope me up, but one of these, beautiful women up there, voluptuous women want to come rope me up. They can, and I think either you or C-Tron was instructing on young lady how to, then they started twerking on it. It was cool. It was a good experience.
Jock is being very modest right now, Adrian. Okay. These young ladies saw this man walk in and was like, "You sit down on this chair." We're going to tie you up. And Jock is like, okay, it's tied up. And before, in the matter of minutes, this man is being tied to a chair and it's nothing but just heavy asses. Oh, excuse me, I can't cuss, heavy butts. Just all around him. And he's just like, did I sign up for this?
There's a lot of booty artillery going on.
It was butts of mass destruction.
Right. I like that.
It will probably be some guests actually next to the part episode. So I was talking to him about getting a space for it. But it was a good experience.
It was great. It was great to watch, man.
Because as a man, I'm like, I don't know, I want to be tied up in front of all these folks. I'm like, I'm gonna try, man. They gonna do it. I got the vibe as soon as I got in, they was feeling me. So I was like, they gonna take care of you, boy. You know what I'm saying? It was cool.
Didn't start singing the note or nothing. He ain't hum nothing.
Right, he didn't have to pull out.
It was just automatically like, you sit down. It's her birthday. You about to get tied up, and you about to get twerked on for about a couple of minutes. And, it was fun though, right? But you handled it though, right?
I was like, y'all got the right dude. You know what I'm saying? The beige rays. The beige rays. Baby. Shout out to y'all. Y'all know who y'all are, man. But it was a good experience, man. I appreciate it and the comfortability behind it, because once you get educated on a lot of stuff, then that's, like you said, the barrier started to come down.
And that's throw out the preconceived notions and
all that, man. And it makes it so much comfortable, because I feel like with people, have this thing about sex, and it's such a but sex is an art form.
It is an art form.
It is. I think shibari is an art form as well.
Music is part of it.
And that's why that's another thing. I'm like, it's, sex is an art form, painting is an art form, and music is an art form. So why not put them all together in the same space and create a safe space at the same time?
So I wanted, if it's okay with y'all, transition to that a little bit, because there is a thing about music being kind of a turn on to people, right? Like people that get turned on by music, right? And so it's called auralism, but if y'all don't mind, because I'm a researcher and everything, I've got some, I did do research. Now, let me do this in air quotes. I did some Google and it was interesting. But I brought a couple of points and I want to reach out some things if that's okay with y'all. But this is kind of the science behind it, right? So lady out of London, Alice Gray, neuroscientist and science communicator, she said rhythm and tempo is inbuilt into our bodies through physiological mechanisms like our heartbeat. Music has an intricate relationship with many brain functions such as memory and emotion. For instance, hearing a song might transport you back to a memory of a certain time, maybe even a certain sexy time. And music is a potent reminder of previous encounters, regardless of them being good or bad. What do y'all think about that?
Absolutely.
I absolutely agree.
Yeah.
Because I've had memories from like when I was a shorty and certain smells will come back based on a Mary J. Blige song.
Wow. Yeah.
Look into my eyes, see what I see, and I'll just like start smelling like certain cooking going on in the crib, things of that nature. How about yourself?
Absolutely, yeah. Definitely had that experience. And I sometimes do that on purpose, just like I'll go back and listen to a song just to transport me back. You know what I'm saying? I'm riding through my old neighborhood, be like, I'm gonna put this on. We used to roll through this hood and listen to these songs and stuff like that. Put on these little Al Green joints to transport me. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, for sure.
So like music being a mechanism to where it helps to initiate this nostalgia that's in your mind, right? To where I have this memory of this song and it transfers me literally as a vessel. Like I'm hopping in the DeLorean, right? In my mind, going back in time to this time of like that song, that chord, that progression, that harmony brings me back to this time point. And in some cases, that time point could be when you start to get a little busy with somebody, when you started, or feeling a certain emotion. But then the other thing that Alice Gray says here in this article was interesting to me is how it's intricate and innate to us, right? Like music automatically goes with our natural rhythm, and they give the example. She gives the example of the heartbeat. That the heartbeat is there, like, and naturally, if you are a human walking this earth, music is in your heart from just your heartbeat, and then you couple that with the memory part of it. You listen to a thing, and it could take you back to a part of life where you remember that it was maybe sensational, and it conjures up different things of,
sensational.
Like, So, okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, this is what I want to talk to Jack about a little bit, because she goes, this is a little more about this. Lyrics can also play a crucial role in why music makes you horny. Okay. So some people, specifically singing about sex, is probably going to make them think about sex, with bonus points if a music includes whispering, pantering, etc. Now, I like this article and I wanted to bring you on this. You know the example that they give here?
Which one?
Love to Love You Baby by Donna Summers. If you actually listen to that track, and I'm sure probably because I don't want to be demonetized here, but in the track, there's a time period to where you can hear Donna Summers, and this Time Magazine quoting this, enjoying 22 orgasms throughout the entire song.
I did not know
She's
that.
moaning through it, et cetera, et cetera.
Because she's a disco legend. She's a disco legend. And I know it's like, oh, love you, baby.
But and you hear that's the lyrics there, right? But then the other lyrics part of that is she's up there doing the
experience,
the moaning.
Yeah,
I can understand it, because even like the Confession album, like that's what it's made for. You hear some of that in the actual song itself, and it's very intimate. You're like, that's what it's made for. And they like, go ahead, baby. Oh, Usher. It's like, obviously Usher always bring it to oh, can you handle it? He was saying some things that would, and even the song signature itself, and the key, and it's the way it's orchestrated, I feel like it definitely plays a part. And then we were talking about that situation. I was kind of attracted to the young lady that was performing, just because of just the vocal quality and like what she presented. I was just really
Jill Scott.
Oh my gosh. So nobody understands it, but I think you get it, though. I don't
want to speed over that little hurdle, because I want to provide some context, right? Because this is a good hypothetical, right? Yeah. So Jock and I are in Red Room, and we're at this brunch that's there, and there's a performer up there. Do you recall the young lady's
Paloma? She knows who she is.
Man, Paloma. Lord. She is sitting there, and we're just, this is actually one of my first times meeting Jock and everything. We're sitting there listening to everything. And Adrian, she is blowing. I'm talking about she is like belting out like just music to a group of, there was like 10 of us in there, right?
10 people, but it was just amazing, man. I mean, I was captured, bro.
And she and feeling it, and you just sitting there, you can't help but just be like, oh, and then John was just like, man, I'm kind of feeling some type of way right now. And I'm like, brother, it's first of all, I hear you. I'm feeling the same way. But then it's actually a physiological reaction that's happening hearing those notes. And then even the passion of which you can hear her like singing, you're like, man, it's conjuring up something in me too, bro.
And I don't think she intentionally did that, but because she's so gifted in what she does and it's so effortless, it's like she could just play with it, and you can tell she's playing with the notes. You can tell she's knowing when to hit these different ad-libs and how to control her runs and everything that's needed. And I'm in that joint. I turned up. I'm over there trying to harmonize.
He had a table full of ladies, ignoring all of them, looking dead in this over there, like, like, and then she up there body rolling. She body rolling, singing her heart. I mean, sounding phenomenal. Absolutely
it was effortless. And I've heard it before at the So Far. She did a So Far event as well. That's when my first time I got introduced to her sound, and I was like, man, this young lady can sing. But just in that space alone, she definitely was able to carry that and provide that frequency, those vibrations that was needed to really be more intimate with you. And I appreciate her for being able to do that. Because not everybody can do that.
Absolutely. That's what I was going to say too. Is like, because you said you only think it was intentional, but I think certain artists they may not be necessarily thinking about evoking a certain thing, but at the same time they know what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? They know that they are bringing a certain energy. You got Sabrina Claudio's and the you know what I'm saying, the Jill Scotts, the Badus and stuff like that know they bring in a sexual energy. This thing that is some people is so innate, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think the person that really is profound as a artist, and people will get mad at me for saying it was R. Kelly. R. Kelly knew, because he's not the best vocal, but he knows the right notes and the way to play is. He just knows how to do it, and it works for him. And it works. He knows how to work it. Unfortunately, he uses his superpowers for bad, but if he use them for good, Mr. Kells.
But let's separate the man from the art, man, because it's like I know it's tough. And I'm trying not to. I don't want to get canceled.
I still it's R. Kelly.
But it's like you can't. Who can deny what impact that either I Believe I Could Fly or Feeling on Your Booty on two different complete songs,
the same way,
captured in time in a little time capsule, to where you hear that song, you know where you were, you know what you were doing, or you remember a particular thing.
I remember every single time I've stepped in the name of love.
Man, come on.
I was at church. I turned all the decibels on. I'm at 100% decibels. I'm like, step in the name of love. Woo! I'm like, boy, if you don't start to hit it, and he does it. He's the Pied Piper. I hate to say it like that, but he really is the Pied Piper. That man is.
He had the Pied Piping for the wrong group. It was terrible, and we cannot deny that he is a monster for what he did, but this monster left behind like some of the best music. I mean, it's almost like Godzilla, man. I remember how Godzilla, he went through, tour up city, yada, all this other stuff, but then they found out, dang, these cities he tore up, grass and forests start growing around it, and all this new ecosystem started. It's he did a terrible thing, but left behind something that cannot be denied.
That's real. That's real.
Hit after hit, man. It's ridiculous, bro. Like from Fiesta to Fiesta, the slow wine from it. He got so many hits with so many great artists. R. Kelly, Jay-Z, Nas.
Yeah, man. I don't love we're turning this into a.
You good.
I'm thinking like, can we talk about Mike? Dang, he's got the verse up too. Wait a minute. Okay. Hear me out. Let me go on a tight little tangent right here.
Okay.
We in our country as Americans tend to glorify celebrity, especially musicians, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel that if we did something, which is, hear me out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody is human. Everybody makes mistakes.
Right.
Nobody should be considered better than anybody. That the people we put on a pedestal are still at the end of the day people.
Right.
So they are going to, guess what? Mess up.
For sure.
They're not going to be perfect. They are very flawed.
Creatures like everybody else.
But, you know, we in our American society tend to take celebrity and we put it as, oh, if you're a celebrity, you can do everything. You can run my government. You can tell me what to eat. You can tell me what to drink. You can, come on. You can literally, because you've reached a level of celebrity, you can dictate to me my life versus what you should be doing or what we should be doing is saying, yes, that person is amazing. Mm-hmm. That person is great, but that person is a person. Right. That person is flawed. That person is going to mess up. That person is going to disappoint me.
Exactly.
You know, that person is not going to be perfect, but I can appreciate what that person left, behind, how that person made me feel, that entertainment, but I can keep it moving. I don't have to.
And I'm not even mad at him now. At first, I was disappointed because I was vouching for him. My mother dated one of R. Kelly band members. So I actually met Dave Hollis. He was at the crib. Oh, yeah, my mother, not saying that I met one of the victims. I didn't realize, she was getting paid handsomely. She was still going out there on Olympia. It was crazy. I don't want to get into too many details. And then I met both his older and younger brother. Shout out to KINK TV. I've been on KINK TV. And then back in Chicago, they know that it's like a local network station.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I met both of those individuals. I went to Kelly Price video concert, VIP, all that stuff, because they brought me on or whatever. It was pretty cool, man.
Nice.
And it was like, man, you talented, bro. You should continue, pursuing your music, man. I would love to introduce you to my brother, things of that nature. So if it wasn't aligned in the right star, maybe I would have been in a different place right now. Yeah. But unfortunately, I mean, it is what it is. Now, the only thing I would say is just, speaking on it, like you said, being able to talk to certain things within our community. If he had gotten the right help and then was willing to accept or admit to things, and I think people should be more willing to, it's not going to always happen all across the board, but understand that he is a human being, he is flawed, and people have issues. And they need to, be able to reconcile those issues.
Okay.
And find solutions. But
100%.
I mean, I'm not saying he was right for what he did. Don't ever say I'm like, he should have been. No. But if you're willing to get the help, get the right assistance, and really make that change, then you should be given the opportunity. Because even like Chris Burrow, like he made a mistake when he was young. People to this day are still hitting him where it hurts. He had 3 kids. Rihanna got 2. She didn't move on. He didn't move on. Yeah. People still hold on.
People are not going to forget that. Yeah. So,
and speaking of like getting the help, and I don't know if this is within your wheelhouse at all, but like, and I've had arguments with people about this who wanted the cereal without the milk, I'll say. And what I'm talking about is we were talking about how you can kind of use the kinks and fetishes in the kink space and stuff like that as a form of therapy.
Yes.
I was saying that, yes, you can, but you also have to have like certain acknowledgments in place that that you are doing some kind of work there, you know what I'm saying? And there should be kind of, maybe even in certain cases where you've been traumatized and stuff like that, you probably should have a therapist as well and stuff like that. This person was kind of just wanting to do whatever they wanted to do and just have fun and was like, well, it's therapeutic. So, but talk about
so it's interesting because you're talking about it getting into, especially, and I'm going to speak with this in terms of shibari, right? Okay. So you have somebody who's like the person who ties someone up, that's like the rigger, right? The person who's the rope tire, right? Then you have the rope bottom or rope bunny or model, right?
Yeah.
Now, before any of what we call the scene plays out, and the scene is when you're actually doing the tying and everything like that, you have negotiation. That occurs before that, meaning you're talking to that person and you're asking them, okay, what are we doing right now? Like, what are you expecting? What are we having out of this particular scene? Where can I touch you? Are you hurt anywhere? Et cetera, et cetera. Okay. And part of what you're getting to, Adrian, is having a little bit of deeper conversation to say, like, I want to make sure that you are getting out of this, what's going to be beneficial to you.
Yeah.
I'm also going to, if, the contingent on whatever our relationship may be, is that in addition to me tying you up, whipping you, spanking you, etc., it's one part of it, but then you're also doing the work to do anything other stuff. So that may include therapy, reading the resources, like doing the work to be better. The whole kink and shibari, tying up, the whipping, everything like that, that should not, I think, be the end all and be all as a means to an end to becoming better. That should be part of it. It's almost like saying, oh, well, I'm just going to go ahead and take these meds and then I'll be fine.
Right.
Yeah, you could do that. But then usually you go to a doctor and what do they tell you? You need to eat right. You need to exercise. So it's not a one size fits all. It's you should do this and you should be doing the other stuff as well. So it shouldn't be to your friend or what your friend may be doing is, oh, this is just, I'm doing whatever I want. And this is just going to be the thing for me.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. But then what about the other work?
Exactly.
Like, are you doing the meditation? Are you eating right? Are you drinking? Are you actively resolving this and talking to a licensed professional that's going to help you to resolve what that trauma is and how you can heal through that trauma? Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure. Exactly.
It should be a yes and.
Just like I'm just gonna be all super sensual and just do whatever. Yeah, I like the fact that you even asked that question. I didn't even know that even existed. Because you would think, what do you do to offset that sexual trauma? Because some people deal with that in a way where if they're uncomfortable even slightly, just throw the whole situation off.
Correct.
I had a situation where I saw a person literally jump out the bed. I'm like, whoa, okay, something going on here that I have no idea.
And it's not even you,
right?
I didn't do nothing to do with you,
right?
Hey, message. I didn't do nothing to him. And the job, like, okay, I sat there for about 15 minutes.
Right. Everything was consensual until it wasn't.
And Mr. Krabs meme just.
He said we was a free. It was a safe space. I thought it was cool. I didn't do nothing yet. But that's why to me, I always say like consent is sexy, right? Yeah.
And what's so sexy about it is everything that leads up to that, which is communication. Like before we even step foot in this bedroom, before I even get ready to take your clothes off, take my clothes off, whatever, we are going to discuss everything or as much as we need to here. And then I like to find like different sexy ways to ask for consent. Like I rather, instead of getting just that, no, I want it to be maybe an emphatic yes. Like, yes. Okay. Like, yes, do this. Yes, do this. It should be enthusiastic consent through and through. Like that's happening there and everything. Yeah. So instead of for me waiting for a no, I think it's more so of me anticipating the yes, like continue to talk to that. And then making sure that all the foreplay that's happened before that, because mind you, foreplay happens way before the bedroom.
Right.
You at dinner, or if y'all were out in the park, or y'all went to the museum, whatever it may, y'all went to the concert, whatever. Yeah. I'm having conversations with you and I'm asking you like, well, yeah, what do you think about, being tied up? What do you think about a little impact play or me like hitting a little spanking? What do you think about? And then the way you answer, I'm going to process that, put that in this gray matter here, and just be mindful that when we get to the bedroom, okay, she did say she wasn't down with this. She did say she was okay with this. Right. And then while that's happening, I'm going to ask like, this is cool,
but even
right?
for yourself as a man, because what if she whip out and do some work? You're like, whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That type of time, what's that?
Can I tell you, gosh, I know I don't want to get there to the level, but
space, bro.
I think the first time that happened to me was when a young lady threw my legs up in the air and said, I want to try something. And I don't know if y'all... I don't know if y'all know what I'm getting to.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But let's just say, I'm glad I have a bidet at home. I'm glad I own baby wipes. I'm glad I own baby wipes. I'm glad I own a bidet. Hey, listen, we got the same one. Hey, I got the Amazon Prime Day like everybody else. But I'm just like, whoa. And she just like, really? But it's crazy because like when she started doing it, I was like, hold on. I was like, wait. Okay, do it again. Just keep going. Let's work through this. But it's funny because like, and I'm not trying to be Debbie Downer at all, but like men, we're expected to just like take it. Like if a woman just hauls out and smacks you during sex or scratches your back or puts it, and just does that, we as men are just expecting like, oh, that's fine. Right, can, man, Adrian, you try to smack a woman. And she look at you crazy.
Yeah.
You get a text message. Right.
So I mean,
you know, but
I'm smacking over.
but
Message.
but it was
With consent.
maybe was it negotiated prior to that? Was it kind of like,
we used to like to choke and like be aggressive.
You know?
Right, yeah. So you know that
we used to
before
move
you.
the furniture around, rearrange the rooms and all that stuff. We were just going crazy.
But we have to, as men, I think, have to be very mindful of some of the things that we do in the bedroom, because it's just, I don't know, man, like, it's unfortunately it's a double standard there. You know,
right.
like I was expected for just this young lady to go in and throw my legs back in the air, and I'm a big boy, you know. And I'm just supposed to just take it. I'm like, she ain't asked. Look, I'm sitting up there like, she ain't asked me if I wanted this. She ain't asked me. Just, you know what? Well, you gotta be a man.
Yeah.
Hey, I ain't gonna be.
She got the feasting, boy.
Hey, you know. So just that. Okay, I had a quick question for y'all. Just to go into it. Now, I'm not trying to derail us at all and everything, but going back to like the auralism part of everything, right? Mm-hmm. So one of the things that comes up, especially about auralism, or even like the kink of listening to music and everything like that, y'all can probably imagine where I'm going with this, but playlist. Right?
Oh,
like what playlist that you're playing when the, you know, because mind you, again, we already talked about, you know, the scientists and how it invokes this, like, you know, it transports you to a certain time, et cetera, right? Yeah. So, top 3 artists that are going to be in your playlist, or it could be top 5, whichever one y'all want. I want to know from each of y'all what's going to be. Now, we already got
that's a good question.
But I have who are in, like, no matter what you put, you're curating your playlist, who are going to be your top 5 artists, no matter what, that they're going to be in your playlist that you already know that when I put this on, it's going down. Like, it's about to just get popped.
I'll let Adrian do it, because you already know
we go first.
You want me to go first?
Maybe we go back and forth.
Okay, let's go.
I'll say one, The Weeknd. Old Weekend trilogy.
Yeah.
I didn't get into The Weeknd.
I left my girl back.
You know,
I mean, shout out to the boy Eric Bellinger, man. He's like one of my big. Eric Bellinger got this project called Meditation. Well, that's about 25 minutes of straight. It's a song called Frequency.
Oh man,
boy, when that joint come on, I'm going extra hard. Man. For the 5 minutes, I'm going nuts.
He wrote for Usher.
I wrote for Usher. I wrote for Chris. I wrote for everybody. 7th Streeter. He done wrote for Trey Songz. He done wrote for a lot of people. Diddy for the Love album.
Oh man.
He wrote for who else project he was on recently? He wrote for a lot. He a writer though. Justin Bieber.
Oh man.
He done wrote for a lot of folks, bro.
So Eric Bellinger. Okay.
Like one of my videos, man. Appreciate you, bro. You ever see this video, man? I appreciate you, bro. For real, but that's one of my guys. What about you? Well, what about you?
Me, I mean, if I'm being honest, and this is just me coming in from just the age I'm in and everything, but like, if you dig into his catalog, Prince. Man. Like, I'm not talking about the radio stuff. I'm talking about stuff from like Diamonds and Pearls all the way back. Man, he has some stuff where you talk about that audio sensory stuff, like a 10-minute song, and he's just back there like, God, you know, just, you hear him, he's just like, he's talking crazy to her right now, but he doesn't. So you're like, I think Prince, no matter what, not the mainstream stuff, but there's some cuts that he has deep that you throw Prince in there, like, it's no matter who you are, it's gonna just get it popped.
Right.
What you got?
Okay. Number 2. Dang. I had it. You know, I'm gonna go a little left field. I'm gonna say Deftones.
Oh, okay. Why Deftones? Interesting.
It's just a certain vibe, man. That I don't know. This was something I was gonna bring up too. It's just like it's certain frequencies. Okay. Like I know we talked about words, but it's like certain frequencies that'll do it. And I dated a female that was like she said, like, you know, anytime that come on, it just do it for her. And I guess it.
Is there a particular track?
You listened.
There's a track called Sex Tape.
By
the Deftones. You know what I'm saying? Y'all check that out. But it's just like those kind of like lower drones of the guitar and stuff like that. And then he the lead singer, I think his name Chico or something like that. He has just like his vocal tone, like the timbre of his voice and stuff like that. It just mixes so the colors.
Okay.
It just mixes so well.
Nice. Man.
Okay.
Let me get the Deftones
check out
on
the
this.
Deftones. Check out the Deftones. You know what I'm saying?
That was left field.
Right.
I wouldn't even fathom Deftones would be mentioned in this whole interview, but that's dope. Okay.
Well, I'm
gonna check it out.
I'm doing some more atypical. I'm gonna do Avant, say yes and read your mind. Them joints right there. They gotta be in the playlist. He gonna that's Baby Kills right there.
Baby Kills. Especially on that when niggas say, I know you want love, but I do. Like Queens became king of R&B off of that. One little
somebody else right. Exactly.
Oh man.
How about you, Will?
Okay. This is my number 2 here, but I'm gonna go new.
Okay.
But the Sacred Souls.
Oh yeah,
out of California.
Can I call you Rose?
What can I call?
Yeah.
Oh man, like
I like that one.
I recently got put onto them, like because they're fairly new and everything, but went and listened to them and. The lead singer's voice, like, oh man, it calls back to that Marvin and to that Al and to that, old school, like that crooner type. But then you listen to their songs and just how simplistic their songs are. I think my sister was telling me about this, but they did a breakdown on TikTok, Instagram, something like that. Of why you like that song, and it's because it follows a template that we all kind of know.
Really?
That's similar to I think like a doom 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 doom. Like you hear something, but it follows that template, and it caters to like the basics of everything, to where no matter who you are or what you are, just as a human, you hear that it aurally sounds like it's tonally. Synced. Like it sounds tonally like refreshing to your ears just to hear everything. So the Sacred Souls, there's just put that on. I've put that on a couple of times, man. Just been like, it's beautiful. Yeah, so I'll go with the Sacred Souls as my number.
That's hard. Okay.
All right. Number three. Number 3. I'm gonna take my man Lucky Day.
Oh.
Okay, I gotta have some Lucky Day in a Serato.
Lucky.
You know what I'm saying?
Roll some more.
That's the joint right there. You know what I'm saying? All of that Candy Drip album.
Oh yeah,
man.
That Candy Drip was fire.
Classic.
Yeah, that was good.
For sure.
I'm gonna go with kind of within that same. I'm gonna go with Sir. Sir.
Man.
Yeah, because obviously the side. That's why
Sir.
Sir, he gonna get you some love making going on in that joint.
Oh yeah.
Who's Sir's relative? His brother.
D-Smoke.
D-Smoke, right? Yeah.
He's hard, bro.
He's hard.
I know Dad's probably want to bust through the door right now. We talk about that's his favorite artist.
Oh, he loves Sir. Okay. Yeah, man. Dang,
they got a good kid. You could tell they're a musical family just because of the fact like D-Smoke played the piano and rap. Who play the piano and rap? It's her.
Yeah,
he went in all the ears. That is a completely different. And then speak Spanish on top of it. I'm like, okay, this nigga rock spit. That's what's up, bro. Your name D-Smoke too? All right, bro. He got a gangster name, and he gonna gangster you with all these different skills. That's gangster, bro.
For real.
Okay.
What's his number?
This is 3 for me. 3 for me. Yeah. And this is gonna be out of left field. So y'all gotta follow me a little bit, right? Solange. Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right. Hear me out. Solange, I think, has come out with some music that is
Thomas.
been
Thomas.
Man, like she's
in the sky.
And bro, and it's like even if you just have her playing in the background while as soon as that like little kick drum comes in from the production that she has going, and then her voice sounds like solid. It's not big, it's not like that grandiose, but it's just like smooth enough to where it's in the background, but it's doing something back there, right? And you got a shorty and y'all like vibing and everything. So Solange,
that's probably my most played vinyl. Is
the Solange?
Room at the Table. See the Table.
Right? Because it just you can play it. Just let that joint ride, right?
Yeah,
and
I feel that one.
If she got some joints on there that you could pull a couple and put them on the playlist.
My number 4 is gonna be kind of in that same vein because this is the one that you know what I'm saying. You got your shorty, you want a massage. You know what I'm saying. You throw on that Cleo Soul, man.
Cleo Soul? No.
You're not hip on the Cleo Soul? Okay. Put that on your list. Put that on your list. Neo Soul type type beat, but it's like all kind of like really like positive music. She has a song called "Know That You Are Loved." It's like know that you are.
Oh, that's Cleo Soul.
Cleo Soul, bro. Like you put that on, you know, get a little massage, lovey-dovey bag.
Man,
you know what I'm saying?
You know what? I'm not gonna lie, Adrian. I thought that was my light-skinned friend, Janae.
Oh, okay.
I thought that was her.
It's kind of similar, yeah.
Man, I feel
absolutely.
terrible.
I
don't love the mouth.
Yeah.
Bro, you good.
Dang, that's Cleo Soul.
Same vibe right there. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. You know, I stick in my R&B bag. I ain't gonna lie, Tank.
Okay.
Lost in You. That's a slept on record. I'm so lost in you. That's that jam, bro. He had this other song called So Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about?
I think I heard that. Yeah.
Tank got some jams, bro. You want to set the mood too with Tank? Because he got the you know all that. But he does it so well orchestrated. It's so gospel, but R&B and it's like
Control
all the
crazy,
elements is crazy.
Yeah. I have follow-up questions for Okay, couple questions. Tank, is he one of the most slept on artists?
Yes.
To you, in your opinion, and
Yes.
why?
Mm.
I feel like because he's been behind the scenes on a lot of like major stuff that's taking place, and his ability to be vocal, to be a musician, and just really kind of like if you go to a Tank concert, bro, you be like, man, this bro really does this live. It ain't just all studio, it ain't just all auto-tune. It's like him being just that gifted, that talented in what he does.
Mm.
I think a lot of artists are just overshadowed because it's of the popularity that's out there. R&B is not as appreciated within the black community as it would be in other places. Like you have Bruno Mars step in and do his thing, or Sam, what's his name, Sam Smith.
Sam Smith, yeah.
And there's nothing against those individuals, but it's like they're appreciated in other areas that they, you would love to be able to see us get appreciated in our own situation and other areas.
For
so
sure,
I think Tank definitely gets stuck in that space, and I think he's not as appreciated as he should be.
Okay. Now, another follow-up question, TGT. Because we talking Tank.
Yeah.
We got to include.
They got a new group. They got a new
supposed to be
album
coming back.
coming out.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Genuine Tyrese Hill.
Over 10 years. I'm like, yo, 10 years to get this greatness back together, bro. That's a great formula right there. I mean, that's like the super Voltron.
Exactly.
R&B.
But I can't for the life of me not think of Tank and not be remiss of thinking of when he told the story of how they tried to perform
and then
live.
Genuine was
like, we just gonna get on stage and we went on Let 12. And Tank was like, y'all listen to this and you tell me that we did not need some practice or rehearsal. And they sounded crazy. And
Tatum G went,
right. It wasn't like the Today Show was like,
you ain't practiced none of this?
Nah, I ain't heard that.
That's the ego thing. I say this because I ain't gonna lie, bro. So we tried to create a group called TC3, but it was too many talented cats in one space.
Too many chefs in the kitchen.
Too many alpha males in one space, and it's like I like that term alpha male. If you want to use that to make sense out of it, that's what I like to say.
Right.
Too many cats that are like, know what they got going on, trying to be in one space and be comfortable in that same space and create. Sometimes you got to push those egos away, and I think they weren't able to do that. I mean, they all did great things. I mean, Tyrese, obviously, he still be crying online, but he still be making movies. He got a new project. He got a new project coming out.
What more do you want from me?
That's why you don't do certain shit on the internet. No, it ain't never going away.
You will forever.
That is ingrained.
So we're recording this stuff. You're looking at myself like, you think you watch that next time?
Right,
like, you don't find these clips, but you watch it, they don't dig deep.
They call that man Cryreese.
Black tie Cryreese. Oh my goodness. Yeah. No, but I think honestly they were too able to get past the egos as the three kings that they are, and they really come together and know that they gods, in flesh. Part. Bro, they would make that album was fire though. Mm-hmm. Sex Ain't Never Been Better. That song gets stuck. That's in my head. That's one of my favorite collaborations I've ever heard. In terms of besides LSG.
Oh yeah,
that was like the best one.
Gil.
Because who else tried it? Ro James, BJ the Chicago Kid, and what's his name? The boy that can really sing well too. He be singing backup for Tank as well too. But they tried to create a super group too, but it didn't fly the same way. But in terms of them being potentially super successful, that would have been off the chain.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I'm hoping that they go through and finish it. Tyrese be nigga, you be fucking some shit up. Tyrese, you messing some stuff up, B. Chill, B.
They need to do what Jones, what's his God? Why am I blanking on his name? Jones, Rashida Jones's daddy. Gosh,
dang,
come on, Mr. Jones. We know who Mr. Jones is.
Yeah, you know we talking about
Rashida Jones' daddy. God,
I don't know.
It is not coming to me. That's crazy.
I'm blanking right now, but during the making of the We Are the World, where he was conducting the
Quincy Jones. Oh my goodness!
Right.
Wow.
Why do we have a
That was right.
brain fart?
Hey, but listen,
Our brain waves are synced right now.
We have a collective
one of the biggest musicians,
brain
Austin
fart.
Powers,
That's crazy.
all type of scoring. I mean,
When he was making the whole We Are the World, he wrote the sign on the top of the door. He was like, check your ego at the door. That's what TGT needed to have, like on the t-shirt. The assistant walk in anytime they wanted something, check your ego at the door.
Because they probably would have been one of the biggest groups I ever seen in my life, bro. They had it because Tank could write his ass off.
Yeah.
And sing his ass off. He composed. Tyrese, of course, does the same. And Jay Wayne just got that voice, that tone that's going to set, he going to do all that, he going to set the room right. You don't expect it. He going to come with that. You know Jay Wayne finna come with that, you know
For sure.
So yeah, it's about to go hard, bro.
Man, so for the number 3, right?
Number 5. Four. Okay.
Like, yeah, y'all got the brains going right now. Because if it's okay with y'all for the number 4, I'm going to have to make it a little bit of a 3-way tie.
Oh, damn.
And I'm going to do the same for my number 5 as well.
Okay.
But I'm going to start with the men first. My 3-way tie for my number 4 is going to have to be Jodeci.
Oh, wow.
Drew Hill and Tony. That 3, they have songs and or albums and etc. that literally you put it on like of a certain age. Hell, I will be honest with you, it'd be somebody that was probably born in forever ago that you hear a Drew Hill joint, you hear a Tony, or you hear something from Jodeci, they'll be like, who are these Negroes singing this right now? Because I mean, just at their prime, can y'all not deny that they like held some R&B hits on their back that we were either procreating to, or, because they're the children of the Isley Brothers. They're the children of the Temptations. They're the children of... So there's some just hits on there that you could just go, man. Like Diary of a Mad Black Band. Come on, man. They have hits on there that's like, okay, it's a rap. Like, it's sorry, but we have like hours of music that's gonna be just stuff is gonna be tingling for a long period of time. So that's my 3-way tie.
So you said Jodeci, I heard freaking you. No Paul. I ain't trying to. But that's when I first heard. Drew Hill heard. I know that sounds funny. Like, hold on, right? Then I heard Drew Hill. I heard Beauty. And the Tony, lay your head on your pillow. Like, I heard all that just in that very moment when you said I was like, damn.
And tell me you can't just, with all 3 of them, right?
Absolutely. All 3 of them joints to get you going.
So I know I broke the rules, but that has to be my 3-way tie right there.
Shoot,
this is fun, man. I like
it is. All right, so I'm on number 5. Let me get some honorable mentions out the way, man. I feel like, so you said the Isleys. I got to say the Isley brothers. That's always going to be one to get it. They don't. Isley's good for any occasion, especially you know what I'm saying. You want to clean the house.
Oh yeah,
throw in Isley, but you don't get you don't get the spick and span in that joint, man. Yeah. So like Isley's definitely. I got the shirt on. I'm gonna say Nirvana. I'm gonna say Nirvana. You know what I'm saying? They got some joints. They got some joints. You know what I'm saying? Who else? It's some Frank Ocean joints. Some Franco Pyramids. Throw Pyramids on. Get it for that second half. You know what I'm saying? That's the second half of Pyramids. Go crazy.
I like it.
I'm gonna say Party Next Door. You know what I'm saying? But for my number 5, since I ain't really said no kind of older stuff, it's kind of been all new school stuff. I'm gonna say Maxwell.
Boy, you just read my mind. Pause. Damn it, that was gonna be my 5th one.
I gotta say Maxwell.
All right, man,
pause for that.
Yeah.
Come on, John.
Pause.
This is Maxwell.
I'll never sing a song with all my...
They write that part, man. Dang.
I'm serious right now. I think I'm playing. I was dead ass about to say Maxwell.
Maxwell.
He sung a whole song about chicken wings, and we forgot about it.
Wait,
Pretty Wings. Come on, man. I think about lemon pepper wings. I think about lemon pepper hot chicken wings every single time I hear that song. Pretty wings, come on, just open up some wings.
You might have just ruined that song for me, but I'm not mad at it.
Or it made it better.
Potentially. Yeah.
Man,
Damn.
that Maxwell.
That's gonna do it.
Okay, honorable mentions first. Honorable mentions.
Okay, honorable mention. God, I can't. My mind is congested. I'm trying to think through this congestion. Hold on.
Yeah, I got my 5 if you want to.
No, you can. Let me get some. Let me get some of this now. Hold on. Who sets the mood, man? Okay, a Milleroo.
Oh, you read my mind. Yes,
Milleroo. Groove Theory. Mint Condition.
Okay. You send me swinging. What?
You send me swinging.
Sweet gentle sway. Come on, man.
I'm not here.
That part. Yeah. Prodigies of Prince.
Hey.
Prodigies of Prince.
Absolutely.
They were out of, they were founded by, Prince helped to put them on. Right? Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
The third one, I'm gonna do the honorable mention. I know, right? John is stumped for the first time. You know we can talk.
Yeah.
I can see the steam coming from that.
It's a little light bulb flickering.
Because it's there.
Well, I would say this. NDRE gets me in the mood.
Okay.
I just like that song.
Man, Ready for Love.
I can make love to that joint all day long, every day.
Okay.
So those would be my honorable mention. But my fifth person, I ain't gonna lie, it's gonna have to be Marvin Gaye. Oh, we said Marvin Gaye. Somebody else said Marvin. Let me get somebody else. Hold on.
I don't think anybody said
I didn't say Marvin. We didn't say Marvin.
But Marvin gonna say, he gonna get you, sexual healing, and then I want you, and then, so let's get it on. He got some joints I can still kind of get the vibe going, depending on who I'm dealing with or whatever the situation.
Right.
But I want you is going definitely. That's a top pick.
I like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I want you.
That's what I'm feeling. I think I'm infatuated with the song because I like to analyze the song too. He has so many little innuendos in that song that if you don't pay attention, you're gonna miss it. But he does always, and it all works because most musicians it'll clash certain notes and certain things that he did. But it was like it would have been cataclysmic. But in this situation, it all worked.
Yeah,
I was like, that's genius.
That's
You not hear what he just did there, did that, and did that. I would never thought this, but he had to have been in that moment. Had to be. Shout out to Mary Jane. I'm pretty sure that played a part in it as well too. That boy, he was smoking that. He had to be in some of that green.
He was token.
That would be my fifth. I think that'd be my fifth.
Okay. Yeah.
Y'all tough, man.
Man, I know.
Took all the good ones.
Because I know. Well, okay, so I'm gonna go with my honorable mentions first, man. If we're going back into it, definitely got to think about Teddy P, man. Teddy Pendergrass. Teddy Pendergrass is one of the ones that you put him on, and similar to Genuine, that turn him off, that little right there.
I love you said it because I'm from Chicago and like that's like the house music king. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't even think about that.
The house music, like you listen to house, like bro, you took that to
so honorable mention then, like Teddy and I think Al Green falls into a little the house to kind of
sort of. He's from Chicago. He's from Maywood, but I mean, I don't know if he's too much house.
I thought Al was from like Michigan somewhere. Like
he lives. He live in Maywood, so he's passed out. My mother used to go to his church and stuff. Yeah, my mom used to go to his church.
But like from that period, you definitely had Al and you had Teddy. But then you go a little bit, and I would be remiss if I didn't start thinking of my queens during this time period. So we're talking about Anita Baker, right? And we're talking about Sade.
Yeah,
like come on, man. Like so, Sade and Anita, like it's
Sweet as Taboo,
man. Like so, Sade's voice is very like melodic and kind of like I don't want to call it monotone, but it's just because I'm not a musician, so I don't know the words to use. But you hear the song and it's just like. She's not doing crazy runs,
but it works.
But it's just tonally, like you hear it, it's just like, ooh, just sweet and everything. And then the fact that she's in her hundreds now and beautiful.
Don't even know how.
What vampire serum
she's one of those that does not seem
is Sade right now.
And then she always pops back and shows up and she looked the same. Like,
man, just Sade Adu is there, but then definitely Anita just has some songs that you hear her voice and it's just God, just beautiful,
My
beautiful.
angel.
Right.
Oh, that angel sets me off, and then even more her upbeat joints. The from beginning to and 365, you know all that. Like, yeah, Anita's there.
It is off the chain.
But 5 spot definitely. I'm gonna keep it 1. Jilly from Philly. Jill Scott. And I would be lying to you all if I didn't say that when she did that little viral clip of her and that microphone, dog, that, you know, we talk,
oh, man.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah,
Okay. Let me tell you. So, the best way I can describe this, Jill Scott performs like imaginary fellatio. Equipped with the correct technique. She's doing the pepper grinder.
Oh, Lord. I think there's a reason why I love me some Jill so much.
Man.
You know how to take care of a man, bro.
Jill know how to take care of man. Sing about sex and sing about food, man. Like, I love that. Man, she talk about some grits and how she done cook some and she cooking collard greens.
Right.
Like Jill.
She is a master of her art.
Jill Scott's there, but then 5 for sure. And because very, very biased of where we are. This is a hometown queen.
I know what you're going to say.
You know what I'm talking about. Miss Badu.
I saw her Saturday.
Come on. We talked about like
she took that robe off. I was like, man,
oh, yeah.
She had that Badusi going on.
Badusi.
I said Badusi.
I said about that candle.
Yeah.
But Badu, I mean, she again is like the daughter of, you know, your Staples sisters, your Aretha's, your, you know, she's the daughter of them, but she brought it back in such a way to where you hear it. And when she incorporates that neo soul, you put that on the playlist, like, don't get it started, man. Like, I mean, you're going to get it started, but don't get me started. Like, Erica's going to make it just pop all the time and everything. She's going to get me, you know, I'm going to start burning my candles first. Get my Palo Santo on, you know. I'm going to do a little mind vibing first. We're going to talk about, you know, Orishas and color waves. And we're going to talk about, you know, and have a good foreplay and good conversation first. But then she comes on, it's just, now we get into the territory of where it starts to blur between effing and love making, right? Because you know, her, she's more love making, but then the Jodeci coming on, and you know, I'm getting the baby all out.
Ready for this slide?
I'll get some water, some
that coconut oil,
you know, I'll get some electrolytes. We keep it going. Man, that was fun. Thank y'all for entertaining that.
Bro, that was great.
I wanted to do something different, man, but I had some questions.
Yeah, I'm glad you did it because it made me think a little bit more. That'd be challenging.
We got all go add some things to our playlist.
Man,
that Deftones, right? And that Cleo, I'm at it.
Yeah,
so thank you for that. Yeah. Oh man, there's one that's a left field mission, but I feel like I need to just because I like the different genres and everything. Yeah, Radiohead. How do y'all feel about Radiohead?
Absolutely.
I've never heard on adding on Radiohead to like, but love making like a playlist. Would you add?
I never heard of it. I'm gonna be honest with you.
So there's a couple of jams they have like from like In Rainbows, from a couple from OK Computer, a couple from the Bends that you could put on a playlist.
Right.
And if you don't know, it'll ride. Like it'll ride and go smooth into it. That's my opinion. That I think with Radiohead, and it's specifically with Radiohead because of how they kind of it's Tom York, the lead singer, right? Okay. His voice is a certain way, and he's able to do some crazy stuff with his voice. But then the rest of the band, they play some music that's like you listen to, and it's like, dang, this rides. Like, listen to In Rainbows.
I'm about to check it out.
Listen to In Rainbows, and
am I wrong for wanting to shout myself out? Jacques Courbet.
Hey man, might as well.
I have named one of my songs, but then Foggy Window.
You didn't sing it at the same time, did you?
No, I wish I had. If you listen to the song, it bites off. I ain't gonna lie, bites off a little Jodeci. I ain't gonna lie to you. So shout out to your boy Jacques Courbet, Foggy Windows. If you want to check that song out, there's a love making track. You could definitely. I got another song coming out called Final Fantasy. It's got a nice little vibe to it.
Well, first and foremost, I thought you implied since we're here. Like, I thought you were already gonna be the reply on the playlist, my brother. So my apologies. I didn't know that.
I appreciate it.
Have you ever done that before?
I mean, look to one of my songs.
No, like sing.
Well, I haven't sing.
No, I wish. Like sing your song.
No, I don't know if I can do that. Like I don't know. I get you singing to you beforehand, and then right. The move set.
Man, you better than me, man. But, I'm a narcissist. Yeah, I'll be in there and be like hitting doggy style and just start.
Yeah. Hey, watch out! Hit this run right here. Watch out! Hit this run.
Like, is this nigga singing?
He did from the back hitting that C sharp right there.
Yeah.
Like, that song sounds familiar.
That diminished note was very nice. I love that would be kind of cool. That's cold.
We're gonna have to do a part 2 to this conversation, man. One of these times.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. It's so much more I want to talk about.
Is that it? Are we
we gotta wrap it up. It's been
I had another hour in me, man. We got so much more.
No, for sure. Man, I appreciate it, man. For real, I appreciate y'all being patient and just chiming in, being comfortable in this space, talking about what we talk about. We gotta have a part 2 though.
Absolutely.
I'll come back, man. I love it, man. This is good. This was good energy. Yeah. This was good everything.
Absolutely, man. We're glad to have you on, man, to have these conversations and really just kind of setting the mood and making things happen, bro. And like, it helps to have people that know how to talk and curate, make things happen.
Oh, man.
Of course, in the conversation, because sometimes we just be like, man, we just gonna flow. You know what I'm saying? But you made it we appreciate you being on here for real again.
For sure.
Want you to come back for part 2 again. This is Kinks and Fetishes. My name is Joshua Wright.
Adrian Peace.
And William.
Oh, wow.
And this is the Nice Guys Podcast, y'all. Thank y'all so much for timing in. Y'all be blessed. Peace.